Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Noelle and today we are going to talk about wearing face masks while exercising outdoors. Now I know in the rest of the world, people aren't required to wear face masks while exercising. Or I think maybe in Indonesia, I saw some friends of mine wearing masks around their chins while they were exercising, while they were cycling outdoors. But it is here in the Philippines that it's been codified that you do have to wear a face mask while you're exercising outdoors or in public places. So I actually have gone through an evolution of the kinds of masks that I use while I'm running. I don't cycle outdoors, so I don't wear a mask when I'm cycling on my bike trainer because that would be just stupid. But I do wear a mask all the time when I'm running. I just wanted to take you through this evolution because I still haven't found the perfect mask for me, but you know, never let perfect be the enemy of good. Because we are law-abiding citizens here, I try to, stick to the rules somewhat. And if they require you to cover your nose and mouth while you're exercising, even if it does sometimes feel like you're suffocating, then you do so. Thousands of doctors and other healthcare professionals all across the Philippines wear face masks all day while doing their life-saving work, and none of them really suffer any super bad effects. Like their oxygen saturation levels stay at 100% or drop down a little bit, but never to dangerous levels. So it doesn't really deprive them of oxygen while they're doing their work. Also, wearing masks actually does minimize the amount of virus particles that may be in the environment at any given time. When we first started running out, and I think I took a photo of this for my Instagram, and I also did, I think, one video about it, part of a video. It's the buffs. This is a buff from Headwear. So it's basically, right now it's folded in half to become 2-ply, but it's actually this long. It's a tube of cloth material. I think it's cotton mixed with a bit of lycra to give it that extra stretch. Yeah, and it's very breathable, and it's one ply. But if you want to kind of protect others, you always want to wear it 2-ply. So all you have to do is just pull this over your head. I cannot figure out if I want to pull it over my head because my hair looks so good today. Oh, my makeup. So there you go. That's basically it. This is actually okay because it's 2-ply. The 1-ply, there's been this certain study that's been shared around saying that buffs actually create smaller spit particles that allow the virus to spread. But then that study actually wasn't designed to show if a mask was effective. It was just designed to show how to show if a mask is effective. In any case, if you're going to wear one of these buffs, yeah, fold it over into half. Or if you want some more, you can fold it into 3s, but then I think that's just a bit too thick. And it makes it kind of heavy and difficult to breathe through. The next kind of mask that I started wearing or tried to wear was actually the surgical mask. Like this one. So this is basically disposable, one use. It's actually really breathable. And I like it for those hard runs. But then I just feel really guilty that this is single use and you have to throw it away. So as a compromise, I also have a cloth mask with elastic loops. And this is pretty good. This was handmade by one of my mom's doctor friends who supplies surgical drapes for hospital operating rooms. So they made this mask out of surgical drape fabric. This one's pretty simple and easy. You just have to make sure that it covers your nose and goes down to your chin. And so this is one of the disadvantages of these cloth masks, is if you inhale too hard, they kind of stick to your nose and your mouth, which in the end makes things difficult. It makes it harder to breathe because you actually can't get any air in. Or you can, but it just doesn't feel right. And then one of my friends sold me a Smart Me vented mask. These days, vented masks aren't really allowed for use among other people because while they do make it easier to breathe in, when you breathe out, any virus particles aren't stopped because the vent is too open, so you're basically spreading the virus anyway. So this is the vented mask that I bought. This is kind of like a neoprene material, very foam-like in appearance and feeling. It's moldable to the face, and these ear loops are really comfortable as well. The special thing about this mask is that it actually has a little cage inside that keeps the mask material off your face. That's gonna come in handy later on. So basically, I wanted to wear this mask for exercise, but I just found that this material in particular just trapped all of the moisture here in my nose and mouth area. It just made this entire area like a swamp, and it was so warm in there. So yeah, I had to scratch this one, but I saved the little cage. So the cage looks like this, and it fits over the nose and the chin. It keeps the fabric away from the face, and it's what I've been using as a base layer underneath all of the other masks that I'm going to show you now. So I pre-ordered this Head Sweats face mask from Atleta Ako. It's got a really nice design. I actually have two of these masks in different designs. The other one is green with a girl running on the front, and this one is the skyline of Metro Manila. So by itself, it's already kind of shaped. Yeah, so it doesn't really lie flat across the front of your nose and mouth. It's a little bit peaked in front, and these ear loops are kind of one size fits all, so I actually use rubber bands on the end of them to make sure that they are a snugger fit around my ears. So this mask goes on like most masks do, with ear loops, and this is where I pull this and I put an elastic band here at the end, and that keeps it snug. Alright, put it back on. And as you can see, whenever I inhale and exhale, the mask still moves, and it can kind of act as a valve to cover my nose and my mouth, and that's where this cage comes in. So I basically put the cage over my nose and mouth, place the mask over my face, pull the loops, and that's it. Really quite easy to breathe now because the fabric doesn't cover my nose and mouth. So I like this mask and I use it. I use it for most of my runs. I actually station a water bottle behind my car, and that's my water stop. So the car is in a pretty secluded place and there's nobody there, so it's okay to remove my mask. So what I do is every kilometer, so every loop I do, I stop, I pull this open, drink some water, I put it back. What this cage does is it makes it kind of difficult for me to pull the mask down, because then the cage hits my face. So it kind of incentivizes keeping the mask on at all times. Now I also snapped up a pre-order from Ahon. It's a local brand, and they usually produce trail running stuff like buffs and gaiters and socks. And they came out with this face mask. So it was on pre-order. This is their Guma Mela face mask. Such a nice design. Actually, the original shape of the Guma Mela face mask. This is an unopened one because I bought two. The original shape of the Guma Mela face mask is that it comes with loops or ties that you have to tie. So you can basically tie it around the back, or you can tie it around your ears. I've tried to tie it, just simply tie it around the ear so it's easy to pull off and get a drink of water. But I soon realized that it would be better kind of to snip the threads, the ties, and just stitch them up. This is something I sewed up. I actually measured my ear by eye. I stitched it with back stitch and blanket stitch. And it's already held up after one wash, so that should be okay. The Ahon mask has an internal pocket. And it also comes with a reusable PM25 filter, particulate matter 2.5. So that means that it should stop particles up to 2.5. What's that? Is that microns? This filter goes into that internal pocket. Just push it in. Now you can use this mask with or without that pocket filter. I don't use it when running, this filter, just because I don't know how reusable this filter is. So yeah, that is the Guma Mela from Ahon. Now I've also used this with my little cage. So that's basically what you do. Push it on, cover it up, loop it, and run. Oh, I've got makeup on it now. The best thing about this cage is that it's a very durable plastic, and you can clean it, you can wash it with soap and water and just hang it up. That was my main purpose for trying out all of these masks instead of wearing just this medical mask, is because they're reusable, and that's better for the environment, better for my environmental conscience, especially since I tend to use these like every other day. The masks are washable, obviously. Now my main problem with the Ahon mask is that this internal pocket doesn't really, it's not stuck to the front layer of the mask. So I run into the same problem as I do with other cloth masks. When I inhale, this internal layer sticks to my nose and mouth. It makes it more difficult, or it makes it feel suffocating to breathe. Although I do know that I'm still getting enough oxygen when I do breathe that way, it just doesn't feel right, and that's why I wear this cage all the time when I'm running out. Recently, Under Armour started running some ads across my social media, and I finally caved in. These were ads for their sports mask. And I first read about these very early on in the pandemic, and I was so interested in trying them out, but I didn't think that they were coming to the Philippines. And so when Under Armour kind of launched this earlier, maybe around June or July, they started selling these masks online. They quickly ran out, and I wasn't fast enough to get them. But this time around, I was able to snap one up. It's pricier than the other masks that I've shown you. On average, I think it's about 2.5 times more expensive than this Ahon mask, and it was about twice as expensive as this Head Sweats Atleta Ako mask. But I'm hoping that the materials engineering of the Under Armour sports mask justifies that high price. After all, Under Armour is kind of, that's what they do. They do apparel. They do high performance apparel, and this mask is seemingly it's triple layer, but it's very breathable. It wicks sweat away, and it's actually got its own internal scaffolding to keep the mask from sticking to your nose and mouth. So I ordered that today. I will be watching my emails and, you know, hoping and praying it comes quite soon. And when it comes, I will definitely be reviewing it. Like I said, never let perfect be the enemy of good. And while I haven't found the perfect face mask to run with, I will still be wearing them. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you found this enjoyable, entertaining, and informative, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again next time.